This is my latest arm wrestling machine. It's my 2010 model. I call it the Terminator. And I have some new changes on it, which are really important. It should make it even a better machine than what it was before. First, I'll talk about the basics. It's 40 inches off the ground. The hand pegs are the correct distance apart. The elbow pad 7x7x2. I have rollers on the front of here. That way, for the person that wants to roll down or slide across, you can pretty easy. I have the hand grips here. Both of them are on bearings. So for the person that likes to arm wrestle and move around the table, instead of letting go, you actually keep a good solid grip and just let it turn as you move across the top of the table. And I made it those dimensions so that way it would be just like an arm wrestling table. Now let me talk about some of its features. This whole area here is all completely new. Even this handle, I've redesigned the handle from the inside out. It has a new torsion spring in it, and it's even smoother than before. You can torque it up either clockwise or counterclockwise. But it's very smooth now. I've changed the up and down adjustment on this. So you can go as high as you want. You have about 6-7 different adjustments on here. Right now it's set up for a right-hander because you have to have this angle off to the side. If I want to set it up for a left-hander, just take the pin out and just put it in. Now it's set up for a left-hander. Put it back for a right-hander since that's what I am. The other features I have on this is I've changed the back pressure setting. I have 7 different holes on here now. And if you want a lot of back pressure, I've learned over the last year or so that some guys don't want just a little bit of back pressure, they want a lot of back pressure. So you can actually take this out, and it's easier to change now too. Just take the pin out. You see I move it up a couple notches, get it lined up to the hole, and you're good to go. The other thing I changed on this is the angle here. I changed the geometry a whole lot on this. Before, this is a lot shorter. I wanted it as long as possible. I wanted my pivot point to be as close to the elbow pad as possible. And there's a couple important reasons for that. First, I like to do is torque this up and just push it down to the side. I have stops on it, so it only goes down so far. Now to get back to the changes in this area, so now if you just want to push it straight down the side, that's fine, whatever works for you. Or if you want to pull it down now to the corner, you can do that with this machine. Pull it all the way down to the corner if you want to. Just depends on how you arm wrestle. So you can either be an old school, just put it down to the side, or put it down in the corner. It's all up to you. And same thing, it works the same left hand, right hand. Another feature I have on this, I actually did away with it on one of my other machines, but I've had a lot of people ask me about it, so I've decided to put it back on. This is this pin right here. Right now this machine's set at 90 degrees, which is your straight on position, your starting position when you arm wrestle. But sometimes guys want to have the machine set up in a losing position just in case your partner gets a jump on you and you want to practice from that position. Just pull this pin out. Now you can set it at about 45 degrees. Same thing, just torque up the handle, pull it towards you. Now you can practice in the losing position. And you actually work different muscles in this position as compared to this position. You might be really good at starting in this position, but if you start off in this position, you'd be amazed the difference in weight. You'd probably have to go down a couple plates just from this position because most people are weaker in this area. And same thing, I have designed for left hand, right hand, so if you want to practice your left hand, you can still put it in the losing position, switch that so it's set up for left hand. Easy enough to change. So you have 45, 90, and 135. It's all up to you. Another unique feature about this that I've improved upon So like I was saying, I made this smoother inside, plus with the new torsion spring. So for the person that just wants to work their wrist, crank this up some, get that torque filled up, and get your elbow on the pad, and just practice working your wrist as much weight as you want to use. Same thing, left hand, right hand. And you can definitely feel it in your forearm as you're doing this. Now when it comes to this big cam here, which is basically used for your side pressure, left or right, you can see now it's shaped like a cam, plus I have two weights on here. These are new. I use those as counterbalancers to make up for the weight on this, just to even everything out. Plus with the way the cam is, say for example you start off at 50 pounds, by the time you get to the end of the motion it's going to be about 60 pounds. And let's see, I talked about the rollers. I'm going to move the camera down a little bit and show you some other things about this machine. I'm going to offer this in two styles of frames. My other style, which is my traditional square style, and then I have my angle style, which is the one we're looking at now. Cool thing about this is I have all this open room through here now. So if somebody wants to actually set a chair right here and actually sit on the chair and practice on this machine, they could do that. Or for the guy that likes to have more leg room in here, because I actually have these weight plates that sit back, you have more room for your feet. Another unique feature about this machine is the weight stack. This weight stack happens to be 130. My other weight stacks will probably be 100 pounds. But on all my weight stacks that I offer, they will have the steel peg on them. And there's a steel peg on each side, and they're designed to hold an additional 100 pounds of weight. So if you have this weight stack, for example, it's 130, you can put as much as 230 pounds on that if you want. And that's about it.